Wednesday for the Redneck Garage. Well, I'm out here today. I feel like crap. I've been dealing with this cold thing. First it was like complete head stoppage and then chest congestion, and I think I'm about to get over it. I'm starting to clear up, feeling better, get rid of the stuff that was stopping me up, but you know how that is. It's just gross. So anyway, I'm hoping I'm going to get going, feeling better here in the next couple days. But I thought we'd look at my little four-wheel drive Toyota 4x4 project that we're going to start embarking on here in the spring. Make this thing look like a brand new one. That's the hope anyway. Let's take a look at why I haven't been able to start on it and the things I'm going to have to do to get going, and I have someone to blame. My poor old truck. You can see that the rust has actually gotten worse, which I knew it would here. The hole's gotten a little bit bigger. And someone who shall remain nameless, but she won't remain nameless because I'm going to name her, Jennifer, decided to turn this into her own personal dumpster. Just chucked everything in here that she didn't want. Instead of taking it to the trash can or putting it by the street, just threw all this crap in the back of my pickup truck. Now that's fine if she's going to take the truck and drive it down and empty it at the dump, but no, it just gets here, it sits here full because you can't put anything else in it. And then it's my problem. Awesome. We're going to have a talk about this. Anyway, once I get this cleaned out, all this junk taken to the dump probably, get the tires aired back up, wash all the mold off of it. Looks pretty rough right now, don't it? Battery should be charged. I've had a battery maintainer over the winter. Should start right up actually. Then I'm going to look at putting the new fiberglass sides on, doing a whole repaint on it. I got a visor that they sent me. That was cool. Corey did that from Toyota Fiberglass. I'm kind of curious on how I'm going to fit these new fiberglass bedsides on because there's really not any structure to the old part. I may contact Corey and see what he says. All right. So the first step that I need to do is get the Jeep out of the way so I can try to move the Toyota to the dump to get all the stuff that's the personal, dumpster for Jennifer. Anyway, get that out and then we can move on with the bedsides and everything else. Now, the trucks haven't been started since probably before winter, but I did put battery maintainers on them, and I want to see if indeed I did save myself from having to buy a new battery and it'll just start right up. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Let's go see if we can get them to start. Oh, that poor little Jeep is a nasty booger. I want a soft top. That's coming up, boys and girls. But I'll get the hood raised up and we'll see what we got on as far as the battery maintainer. I'm a little worried because that should be a solid green light, not a flashing green light. I don't know. Let's see. I'm going to see if it'll start. Okay, so holy moly. Looks like it's got a charge of like right at 12 volts, maybe just a little bit less. The Jeep has 1,685 miles since I restored it. Probably needs to be restored again almost. Awesome. Oh yeah! So that's not too bad. I was hoping it'd be a little bit more charged, but anyway, I'm going to unhook all that garbage. We're going to back this out of the way and then we're going to take a look at the Toyota. Alright, I got the driveway cleared out so I can get the Toyota out, but oh no! Flat tire. And this thing's had a slow leak forever. So I need to inflate it, but let me show you what I'm going to use. Got the Milwaukee 2475-20 inflator. I'm putting a link down below to all the products that I use in this. Instead of doing individual links, there's just going to be a page where you can go, okay, that's everything that he used in the video. And this is a super cool inflator. Let me show you how it works. It's like all automatic. It's the best thing since sliced bread, and it's 12 volts. Works off your Milwaukee battery. You don't have to plug it into any car, cigarette light, or anything like that. Super cool. Let's see how it works. It's got a nail or screw or something in it that drives me crazy, so it's been sitting a while. It's flat. All right, so all right, I got my nozzle put on. Here's my super cool Milwaukee. I'm going to put it at 35 pounds, right? I think that's what these are supposed to have, is 35. We'll go 38. It's leaking, right? And then I'm just going to hit this button right here. Holy moly. Now that probably took about 8 or 10 minutes because it was completely flat. But the cool thing is you can just pretty much set it and forget it. So the verdict on the Milwaukee Air Inflator, it's got all the tires aired up. I did have to change out the battery once. It's not the quickest thing in the world, but it is one of the most convenient because you just slap a battery in, push the button, say start, walk away, and when you come back, it's either one of two things. It's either saying I need a new battery put in me, or the pressure is exactly where you set it to. And if you're just topping them off like most cars, you don't have to change the battery. Just make sure you're good and charged up. Love it. I think this is a great investment, especially if you've got the Milwaukee brand tools and you've got 12 volt batteries. It's a no-brainer. Get you one of these. There's a link down below. Let's take a look at this janky truck. All right, is it gonna start or not start? I don't know. Come on, baby. There she is, man. 22R power. Awesome. We'll have to clean this crap off before we go to the dump, though, that's for sure. I'll let it warm up for a minute. We'll double check the fluids. Holy moly, awesome. All right, like I said, we got air in the tires, but this thing is nasty. It's got mold everywhere. I know the plates are expired, so I don't really want to get pulled over. I'm gonna wash it just so it looks halfway decent, and then I can pretend I didn't know, right? Marty, one of my buddies here in Franklin, who's a police officer, you didn't hear that. You can see where the bed is getting worse and worse right in here, and this is just the typical Toyota rot, especially when your wife uses it as a dumpster and it just retains water. How awesome is that? It's gonna have new fiberglass bedsides and a topper back on it, so this thing's gonna look pretty sharp. It was originally red. I am gonna paint it back probably a Toyota white. This is a Chevy white, so it is gonna be a little bit different. But for the most part, all the rest of the parts besides the bed are in really decent shape. No big rust out spots, nothing like that. I'm gonna wash it, we're gonna take it to the dump, and then we'll start assessing what we gotta do to get this bed off to get that going. I got on my Ryobi 1600 PSI. Is it really? I don't know. Heck, I bought it on Amazon. It works pretty good though. Way better than just a garden hose. So, got that thing plugged in. I'm gonna get me a wash brush. We're gonna see if we can get this thing cleaned off a little bit. Yuck. All right, does she look better? Heck yeah, a lot better. That little Ryobi pressure washer surprised me. It did a really good job. Didn't help the expiration of the license plate, which is March of 17. That's not good. All right, we're gonna let her dry for just a minute, and then we're going to the convenience center, which is the dump. So far, so good. Nothing looks like it's flown out. I do got a little bit of acceleration. I think it's probably in the fuel rail. I've had problems with that before as far as like that goes, but hadn't been driven for 8 months, been sitting. All in all, pretty good. It's a hotbed of activity over here at the convenience center. Awesome. Looks so much better empty, let me tell you, man. I got to get a pressure washer and clean out the bed, but this is a bed extender. It works great. I'm going to get a new board for it and put it back in when we put the topper back on. But I need to clean out the rest of the bed to get moving forward with just the last rest of this bed action. Every time I drive this truck, I'm freaking amazed at the engineering of 1987. This was like the most basic transportation you could get, yet it's still driving this long afterwards. The 22R was one of the best motors ever made, and it's four-wheel drive and will go almost anywhere. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with my purchase. All right, well, she looks 1,000 times better, that's for sure. And now I just got to figure out how we're going to mount these fiberglass stinking bedsides on it. I'm going to take a look at them. I may contact Corey, the guy that actually built the things, because these are unlike, you know, most bedsides that are welded on, because this is single thickness and you've got a little plate that goes in between those two screws, but for the most part it's just that one piece of metal. So I don't know. Alright, so I think that's going to be it for today on the Toyota bedside. We're going to pick it back up. Went to the doctor the other day. He says, hey, you know, you got this congestion. That's why I went in there. And he goes, yeah, but your blood pressure's kind of high. And I'm like, oh, great. So he put me on blood pressure medication. Now I'm on a diet again. So we're gonna see how that goes. I'm grumpy as an old bear. I'm gonna try to get some more information on the best way to do these bed sides. I think I'm gonna take the bed off. I don't know. We'll see on that. I've got the top ordered for the Jeep. I've ordered a best top for it. We're going to be installing that, and that's going to be super cool. And I'm going to be doing a tune-up on a Versa that hasn't had a tune-up since it rolled off the factory assembly line 189,000 miles ago. Believe that or not. Oh, it's going to be exciting. I appreciate y'all watching and subscribing, and any questions, comments, suggestions, put them down below. We're going to get moving on. The weather's starting to turn nice. I'm David for the Redneck Garage. Keep turning wrenches.